Today's top technology signal is that AI is being regulated, productized, weaponized, and defended at the same time. In the next few minutes, the White House is reportedly reviewing an AI oversight framework with staffers from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and others. Europe's AI Act enforcement powers are now taking effect. Alibaba is pushing open-weight model competition with Qwen Max, and security teams are spending real money on AI-powered validation as fraud and device abuse stories keep rising. The takeaway: builders should treat AI as production infrastructure, not a demo, and everyday users should treat convincing AI-generated messages as things to verify, not automatically trust. First, AI governance moved closer to the operating layer. TechMeme summarized reporting from the information that the Trump administration invited staffers from OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, and other companies to the White House on Tuesday to review an AI oversight framework. The confirmed fact here is the reported meeting and the companies named in the summary, not the final shape of any rule. Why it matters is bigger. AI policy is no longer just a press release. The companies building frontier models, cloud APIs, and agent platforms may need to adapt releases, safety documentation, evaluations, incident reporting, or procurement practices around government expectations. If you build with large language models, assume oversight will increasingly affect timelines, model access, audit trails, and the promises you make to customers. Second, Europe is adding its own pressure. TechMeme summarized CNBC reporting that enforcement powers under the European Union's AI Act take effect, including powers to evaluate models before regional release, restrict market access, and fine model providers. For global companies, the lesson is practical. A model launch is becoming a compliance project as well as an engineering project. Teams need to know which model they are using, where it is deployed, what data flows into it, what safeguards exist, and who owns escalation when something goes wrong. For smaller builders, the best move is to document model choices, retention settings, human review points, and user-facing claims early, before an enterprise customer or regulator asks for them. Third, the model race keeps accelerating. The Verge reported that Alibaba released Qwen Max, describing it as the company's largest and most capable AI model to date, with claims of performance rivaling top systems from US frontier labs and Chinese rivals. The important word is claims. Independent benchmarks and real workloads will decide how strong the model is. But the strategic point is already clear. Open-weight and highly capable models put pressure on price, availability, and national AI strategies. Developers may get more options for self-hosting, customization, and regional deployment. Businesses may gain leverage when choosing between closed APIs, managed cloud models, and models they can run closer to their own data. The trade-off is that more accessible capability also raises the bar for security controls, monitoring, and abuse prevention. Fourth, agents are moving from experiments into managed infrastructure. Google announced new managed agents capabilities in the Gemini API, including Gemini 3.6 Flash, hooks, and features aimed at helping developers build reliable, production-ready agents. The practical theme is that agents need more than a prompt. They need lifecycle management, permissions, tool boundaries, logs, evaluation, fallback behavior, and a way to inspect what happened after a task runs. For builders, the question is not, can an agent complete this workflow once? The question is, can it complete the workflow repeatedly, safely, with clear limits, and with evidence when something fails? Fifth, security funding shows where buyers are feeling pain. TechCrunch reported that Horizon 3 raised a $250 million Series E at a $2 billion valuation, and described its Node Zero platform as helping companies run continuous, AI-powered security validation instead of only annual penetration testing. The defensive lesson is not that automation replaces expert testers. It is that annual snapshots are too slow when cloud assets, identity paths, exposed services, and AI-connected workflows change constantly. Organizations should assume attackers will automate discovery and prioritization. Defenders need continuous inventory, attack path validation, patch prioritization, and clear ownership for fixing what is found. Sixth, consumer devices remain part of the security story. TechCrunch reported that Samsung bans smart TV apps that share users' internet connections with strangers, after security research offered a rare look inside residential proxy networks that rely on apps sharing a person's connection. This is a useful reminder that risk is not only on laptops and servers. A smart TV, browser extension, mobile app, or free utility can quietly turn a household network into infrastructure for traffic the owner does not understand. For users, review installed apps, remove services that promise rewards for sharing bandwidth, keep devices updated, and use router tools to spot unexpected traffic. For platform owners, app review has to include privacy and network behavior checks, not just whether an app launches successfully. 7th, AI-enabled fraud remains a real abuse channel. OpenAI said it disrupted a Cambodia-based scam operation that used ChatGPT to support investment, romance, gambling, and impersonation schemes. That is a platform enforcement story, but also a user safety story. AI can make scam messages more fluent, more personalized, and easier to scale. The best defense is process. Do not treat a polished message, a familiar voice, a profile picture, or a confident chatbot as proof. For money requests, investment promises, account recovery, vendor changes, or romantic emergencies, verify through a separate channel you already trust. Businesses should add callback rules for payment changes and help desk resets. Families should consider a secret phrase for urgent requests. Here is the bottom line. The AI industry is being pulled in 4 directions at once: government oversight, global model competition, production agent deployment, and security abuse. For builders, inventory your AI dependencies, document controls, limit agent permissions, and measure real-world reliability. For businesses, do not buy AI only for speed. Ask how it is governed, monitored, secured, and audited. For everyday users, assume scams will look more professional and verified before sending money or data. The winners will not be the teams with the flashiest demo. They will be the teams that can ship useful AI with clear boundaries, strong security, and enough trust to survive contact with the real world.